everybody, welcome back to Northernlion play Slay the Spire. We've been having good runs lately, largely devoid of extreme misplays, I think. Win, loss but close, win. Shall we continue with the defect? I'll let you know. If you don't want to see a focus build, turn off the video. Frost focus, I don't know if it's the meta, but it's my meta. And it's working out. Or it has historically worked out at least reasonably well so far. We do have to fight an elite. This path is my favorite, but it dodges a shop, which means we might be stuck with a curse if we transform 2 cards. So I'm going to be a little more conservative. I'm going to transform 1 card with no penalty. We got heat sinks, which I used to think was extremely good. Now I think is horrendous. Unless you have creative AI, I don't know what heat sinks does. That being said, who knows? Maybe we'll kill this guy and it'll be like, hey, creative AI, it's all yours. You never know. For now, I mean, it's still, you know, it's the defect starter deck. We will take something that gives us a little bit of evoke potential. Jeez Louise. I will lose 71 gold, but I hate it. Thank you for not being a shop. You know what? Yeah, I'm going for it. Why did I do that? I figure, you know... Thank you. The run's a touch spotty anyway. I don't want to get gold at the expense of my HP, but if you're going to give me the chance to get a relic that, I don't know, maybe like 20% of the time could have a meaningful improvement to our run, sure. Glacier might be instrumental in keeping us alive here. And I think we'll lose the max HP just because I don't want to remove a card from this deck. Now we're being, don't get me wrong, real spotty right now. Like this is it's a dangerous place to be. But if we die, that's okay. I don't... You know, I think we should evoke an orb. Because we've got a very defensive-minded next couple of draws. 3 strikes, you might say that's not defensively minded. I kind of disagree given our starting deck so far. Basically, we're waiting for dual cast, we're waiting for ball lightning to come around. This is going to be a heck of a fight. Glacier again, please. Oh, he's done it. Takes us to 20 block. Fantastic news. What do we do on top of that? Probably a strike to avoid evoking another frost orb when we'd rather have it be active there. I think we'll ball lightning. It's going to be close. Genuinely going to be close. Please, Lord, give me a glacier. Ah! There's no way we live without a dual cast, I think, so I think we have to go for broke. One damage kills him. So we'll glacier. We've lived, and in return we've got an orichalcum and a regeneration potion. We definitely do not have a focus build, by the way. I'm trying to trying to reason us out of this situation. I think we're dead. We're living with 1 HP. Very glad I popped that potion at least. Are we dead? No, not dead. If we win on this run, don't forget about orichalcum, by the way. That's like actually potentially a terrible mistake. Orichalcum could keep you alive. And, you know, I think we do need a charge battery. We just need some kind of block to keep us alive temporarily. Please, no combat. Yes, you may take a card. Take a basic strike. That's fine. At this point, I would be happy just to make it to the... Wait, who's our boss? Okay, we definitely gonna have to rest at some point. Let's do it right now. Oh no! What I was gonna say is I'd be happy just to make it to the boss. I think I still feel roughly the same about that. This run has started off... we're dead. This run has definitely started off on the wrong foot. Take me away. Alright, so be it. The transformation, I'm not going to say that that screwed us, but it did put us behind, and so did searching for the relic. Is there a lesson to learn there? Nah. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Enemies in your next 3 combats have 1 HP. In theory, there is elite potential here, so I will always go for that over max HP, at least in the present meta of how I feel the game is intended to go. I value max HP pretty lowly. Cool-headed is common, so, you know, we probably don't have to take it right away, but if we get more focus later, I'll be happy to have it. You know, I think we'd rather have a focus potion. Consume is a huge enabler for us. This is bad because it means we won't get an elite, but it's okay. I think we've got a stronger deck as of right now, and let's transform a basic strike. We want it to be capacitor. Go for the eyes. I can live with it, but right off the bat, I'm thinking about consume, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, consume is going to become 3 focus, which means we'd go from, you know, 6 block to 10 block per turn, which is actually a very meaningful amount. We're probably, as of this point, only able to play consume once. God, I hate this fight. It's so bad. This is... If you remove this from Ascension mode, I think my win rate would go up like 10%. And that's not a ton, necessarily, but it's enough. I'm gonna... It's reckless. I'm gonna put you in lethal range, and then if it hits you or you, we're fine. Hard not to take that as a personal attack. Who's our boss? We're always looking for Hexaghost. Not the Hexaghost, but with enough focus, I don't know. We might be able to make something happen there. There we go. 14 block, and he's dead. 25 damage, though. 22 damage, though. 4 damage. One of you dies if you get hit. Thank you. Okay. So we're going to be at 34. I don't think we need the rest because we have self-repair. Sorry, no, I did take the focus potion earlier here. That's right. So you're dead if you get hit. We really just want to get to 15 block, which is very doable. I don't want to hit this guy because he gets stronger the more he gets hit. I'd rather just one-tap him if possible. And this is obviously not a one-tap, but he's dead in 2 turns regardless, so I think the slow play is the way to handle this, and mercifully, we're okay, and we even got our focus potion back. White Noise is close to not being takeable, I think, but the fact that it becomes a free power, there's so many good powers that could result from that. Symbiotic Virus, I'm gonna basically think of it as just, it's a little bit of extra damage early, but it's not bad. You know, this fight, it just is what it is. Yeah, we're taking 13, which means we're basically taking 6 because of self-repair. Everything's okay here. We're going to be at 28 HP. My only goal for this floor, like, I think we'll be fine as long as we can make it through this floor without resting. It's a pretty big ask. I mean, bias cognition, we know. I mean, we've run this deck. I'm so sad we're like 6 gold away from being able to buy both of these, but we know what we're doing on this deck to some extent. Bias cognition is a huge enabler. Glacier is also very, very useful. Glacier might be more useful immediately. This pains me, but I'll tell you what. We'll take Glacier, and then I'm gonna remove another basic strike. We do need some way. Thank you for not being combat. Remove transform upgrade. Definitely, usually I go upgrade here, and I don't know, even a zap being free, go for the eyes doubling. We only get 3 extra block out of this. You get 1 extra draw, you get 3 extra HP. Let's go for the 3 extra HP for now, but if we can make it through this floor without resting, or maybe we'll rest once, we'll see, then I think we're in a decent spot for the next floor. The only thing is, as of right now, what gets upgraded next, by the way, probably like dual cast cool-headed. I think this is a good time to rest, believe it or not. My real problem with this right now is we're just... It takes a lot to kill this guy. I didn't really want to play it, but I looked at it and I was like, maybe this could get us out of here. And it is. So the consume is, of course, very valuable, but we don't have a lot of damage outside of orbs. So basically our lightning orbs are what does the damage for us. And that could be fine. And don't get me wrong, I'm loving the, 14 passive block per turn plus keeping him weak with go for the eyes is very, very helpful. But, his big attack is mostly what I'm worried about. Keep in mind, we did use a focus potion to make this happen, too. 27 damage. We should be able to get out ahead of that, yeah. But, again, with only one way to create lightning orbs, it's relatively slow going. The debuff here is annoying, for sure, as well, but we are going to get him to flip. I don't think we want another consume. I really think that, I sometimes, I kibitz in other people's chats. And I see people go, oh, keep playing the consume, it makes orbs easier to evoke. That's only, I mean, in my opinion at least, it's only really true if you're going to dual cast your front orb away. Otherwise, as soon as your orb slots are full, it doesn't matter if you have 1 orb slot or 50. Which you obviously can't have, but you get the idea. All you need to do is summon an orb to evoke all of your other orbs. Or to evoke the orb at the front, I should say. So, I think it's a weird little... Maybe I'm misunderstanding it, but it seems like a bit of a noob trap to me. Like, the less orb slots you have, the easier it is to evoke. Definitely on your first turn, the easier it is to evoke, but in the future, as long as you got your orbs filled up, who cares, right? And this is a case where dual cast admittedly made it harder to evoke, but... Anyway, we're going to win, and we actually won pretty easily. Turns out we did not need the rest. But we were just making sure. I do feel bad about it, because, like, it turns out we would have... I don't know, we would have upgraded dual cast maybe to cost 0. We want biased or core surge. We can't afford Hyper Beam, so I think a buffer will work. We don't have the energy base required for Meteor Strike, and a lot of our runs recently we've won with 3 energy, so I think this is, like, unplayable right now. Hyper Beam could be playable. Better on the first floor without Core Surge, but without any artifacts or Panacea Core Surge, I don't think we can play this. I think we're happy with Buffer that could save us on boss fights, and to be honest with you, I mean, Inserter is amazing with Consume. I think I've freed my mind, and I've realized energy is very valuable, but it's not the be-all, end-all. Is Consume and Focus the god that we're praying to in this run? Yes. So let's gain those orbs, dude. ASAP. And that's what you want out of that, basically, is a free Echo form. So, next turn, just keep in mind, whatever you play first gets played twice. Why not throw a Glacier out there? We are going to be debuffed, but lots of good stuff going on for us already. Go for the eyes. Not really that necessary. I think I'd rather channel 2 Frost, draw 2 cards. So we have more than 21 block. And we got a buffer out there. He basically can't hit us. Even with our frailty, it's going to be a problem. I don't think we want to consume twice. If anything, I think we'd rather do an 11 damage. Let's dual cast twice. And then consume once. And hopefully we'll get some cool headeds that we can put out. Or we could just kill them. That would work too. That's 18 damage. Is my dude dead? Absolutely not. Yeah, why even play the defend? Like, just to keep your buffer alive and take less damage. That would be too smart. Anyway, we're still killing him and we're only like 4 HP down. Which is actually up from where we were earlier, but still. Hologram to bring a consume back faster has got me thinking, but I think a leap is a little bit more just agnostically good. I actually don't want to lose 30% max HP. I will choose one of 20 cards to add to the deck. Defrag is awesome. Auto shields is pretty good, but dude, I love Defrag as a card. Focus with no cost. We got Echo Form again. Oh my word. Alright, so just be cool here. What do you play first? Any of these cards, except Go for the Eyes, is probably fine. I don't think we need a doubled up Glacier. I think a single Glacier works fine. Let's double Self-Repair, just to be safe. And you know what? Let's not channel Zap. That Dark Orb will do a little bit more value, or a little bit more damage for us later. Dual Cast is, I mean, it did a ton of damage. Then a Cool Headed takes us to more than enough. You know what we'd love to see? Wow, what a turn. We're only taking 5, and we're healing for 20, so it's not so bad, but we'd love to see gold-plated cables. It's a great enabler on a focus deck. Well, this is 10 block. This is 4 more block. This, that's not good enough. I think we have to do it like this, just to take minimum damage. Still fine. Zap should kill him, especially when you throw in a consume. Alright, so we're doing okay. It was a little spottier, but sure. We are weak to enemies that fill our deck with garbage. Capacitor is not necessary, I think, now that we have Inserter. Hand of Greed is almost tempting, but I think I'm going to play it a little simpler. I'm going to grab an Omamori so that we're, I don't want to say immune to curses, but we're better against curses. We do still need some kind of killing power, but we got more of it than you would expect from Inserter plus being able to use Consume more than once. Creative AI is fine. Our first turn is going to be pretty bad. I mean, we're going to take 23 damage. That's Ascension. I really think you just Storm Buffer. Alright, no damage this turn. Now we're talking. Sorry, what did I play? Did I just play a defend? That wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to play Consume. Consume Defrag or even like Glacier, but like I honestly think that Glacier has to go out there soon. Like now. I know that I'd rather play the other cards. I don't know what went wrong with my brain there. Just a neurological misfire. Okay, taking no damage is beautiful. I don't even think you dual cast. Just let it ride here. You're doing fine. And actually, 58 HP is not catastrophic here. Now, the fact that you're trying to hit me for 26 on this turn, a little bit uncouth. But we can get an extra 9 block just by doing this. Or what are you doing, 26? We have 21. We can go to 24, or we can go to 30. Let's go to 30, even though we lose some lightning. Now, by the way, I'm in my wheelhouse. As much as I obviously just made a ridiculous mistake. I'm in my wheelhouse. This is where I like to be on a run. Lots of focus. Doing, pardon me, very simple math like 5 times 10. That's where I want to be. Let's get lightning closer to the front. Without an electrodynamics, we are, I mean, it's a knockdown, drag-out battle, but we're going to get there one day. 27, you're doing 31. Might as well play Storm to channel more lightning in the future. Now we're cooking. Yep, that's all it took. Okay, 58 HP is just fine. Barrage, if I thought my attacks were going to do damage, I would be fine with taking Barrage. But I'm really just relying on Focus plus Lightning. The boot strikes me as not super relevant. We're just going to keep basically upgrading our cards until there's no better option. This floor is going pretty smoothly so far. This guy's a problem. Being able to make him weak would be nice, but free buffer. Unfortunately, buffer's not that great against this guy. We're going to get a Glacier out there because we have focus. And he's doing 24 damage. Well, it's pretty simple. You just play your cards. I think Buffer is going to block the last hit, which is exactly what we want. And then hopefully we can just get out ahead of him next turn. Had a feeling a Consume was coming. We're going to take a hit. This does give us 9 block, which is probably the best we're going to get out of that. We're taking 3 damage. Not really that big of a deal. And we're just hoping Self-Repair is going to wheel around here. We got a little bit of time now. We'll strike him once, and we'll strike him twice. And he will be dead next turn if we don't hit him. So please draw Self-Repair. Please draw Self-Repair. Is there any way to not kill him? Let's not worry about that. 55 HP is as good as 58. Sweeping Beam is close. I do think the draw is worthwhile. We're suffering from a lack of energy, is the polite way to describe what's happening right here. So I know I said earlier we don't need no energy. Turns out I might be modestly mistaken. It's not a great buffer. It only blocks, you know, 2 on this, well, it blocks 4, I should say, on this first one. But in the future, yeah, there we go. It blocks 15. And we're still Wicked Frail. 26. That allows our buffer to persevere. I got that bias cognition, hiding fresh out the kitchen. Mama building that focus, got every enemy whittling. That being said, for all of the exaltations there, I could still really use an energy relic. Once we get into this, it's a vice grip, and we're just slowly squeezing the life out of this enemy. How can the enemy possibly hope to get around this situation? He can't. We're gaining too much focus. Even though we're losing focus, we're still gaining focus. It takes us maybe a little too long to get there. But, I mean, look. We don't even need, pardon me, the creative AI here. Mind you, it is nice. Basically, I mean, we probably don't even need to be playing our Glaciers. This guy's dead in 2 turns. We're going to need the rest before the boss, but actually, now that I think about it, it doesn't really bum me out that much. Because we've upgraded almost the whole deck anyway. We're really just waiting on, like, those 1 or 2 cards that are going to take us to the, you know, the next level. I do think a Ball Lightning is worth taking. And also a card, by the way, that does not necessarily need to be upgraded. 3 damage, who cares? We'll make our dual cast free. Energy is at a real premium right now. And it's another dangerous fight, no question about it. Just play the defend. It gives you enough. It's really all about getting this focus ASAP. I hate this 31 damage turn. But you know what? There you go. 31 damage blocked. No damage on this turn. Now we're very, very slightly talking. We have to be careful with the dual cast when we get it, by the way, because it's going to evoke the Dark Orb and murder this guy. Hold on here. I think we definitely want a cool-headed. I think we have to go Glacier. And again, rest assured, I'm aware of the fact that we also want to play Consume, which is a win condition. I mean, there's a lot of cards we would love to play. We just can't play them that often. You know, because of our energy. If we get to 4 energy, the world is our oyster. Even here, I'm like, dude, please let me start to get some Consumes wheeling around. Because this is what I'm worried about is a 39 damage turn. And we're blocking a lot of it. Oh my god, it's Consume. Can you afford to? Can you afford not to? I'm not sure that logic really applies. Alright, now we're playing raw blocks because we want to keep these Frost Orbs out there. The only time we want to evoke a Frost Orb is when we're putting another Frost Orb behind it. Except in that situation. 17 damage. Nothing to worry about. Let's smack them good. Yo, let's go. Okay, so again, all it takes is the focus. Maybe we should learn, you know, that Consume has to be played maybe before a Glacier. The aggregate effects you get from it are more advantageous. Beautiful. He's dead. Now, we're going to be in a real tough spot for this boss, but if we beat the boss, I'm telling you, and we get an energy relic, life's good. I do think an Electrodynamics will be extremely beneficial, not specifically on this fight, but for floor fights in general. And it's a card that, again, is good by itself. It doesn't need to be upgraded. Let's get... We don't really care about the Dark Orb. We know it's not going to do what we want it to do. We need Electrodynamics out there. Then the question is, do you play Cool-Headed to get some kind of block? Or do you play Self-Repair to purge it from the deck? Might be overvaluing the deck thinning element here, but... Electrodynamics is just so, so good. Well. Why not, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty good. You know, I'm not going to play a buffer to block 16. I know it cost us a passive energy, but in all likelihood, we're not going to need it for anything. Except for casting Meteor Strike the next time it shows up. But dude, Meteor Strike already did wonders for us. Obviously, you got to go. Buffer is so much better if we can use it to block his Hyper Beam. Now, we need some Frost out there. ASAP. Oh, Echo Form! So good. You're going to give me Glacier back, so let's get Glacier. Then Cool-Headed. And it's all starting to come together, baby. 24 damage. We're already at 28. How's about that? Alright, now it's Consume. Consume and Buffer on the right turns, at least. Right. You should remember Echo Form. That was the right play, but I also forgot Echo Form. So you definitely Buffer first here, and you get 4 blocks, so his turn is basically impotent, which is beautiful. That buys you a staggering amount of time. I do hate that we did not find ourselves able to play Consume, but life goes on. What do you play next? Let's get Lightning first. And then we can start building our Frost suite after that. 32 damage. I would like to get around this, and I think we will. Yep. It's very, very difficult for him to hit us. Do we want to consume twice? Well, let's see. 7 times 7 is 49. 13 times 5 is 65. So as far as I'm concerned, even though we lose the Frost Orb immediately, hard for me to see a situation in which this isn't the right call. You're doing 40 damage. We probably don't need to double up on Glacier, especially with Buffer being out there. You know, no prizes for taking or for finishing the fight while still having Buffer active, so mind you, he still didn't hurt us. Yeah, dude, this is what we're doing with 3 energy. Mind you, the Meteor Strike gave us a nice bootstrap. Another Electrodynamics is actually actively bad. Another upgraded Buffer? Sure. No Energy Relic. This might be the rare situation where a white beast statue is the best, but I'm going to go Eternal Feather. And we do play some powers, so this guy could be a bit of a conundrum, but my world right now, I think we got every available ability to make it. So this is our path. 11 damage right off the bat. How do you handle that? That's 11. What would you like to put on top of this? Honestly, we know our win condition. It's focus. So we play that defrag. By the way, defrag needs to be upgraded. I don't know whether that or Buffer is going to be a better first call. I'm going to hit you with this. It's enough damage. Always beautiful when you get that Echo form right off the bat. Anyway, we just got to kill him on, ideally on this turn, or we could put up a bunch of block. Right, Echo form. Forgot about that one, even though we get it every single time. 27. We're at 31. We could play Consume, but he's dead in 1 turn anyway, so basically that was like, I'm too lazy to do the math. Let's just kill him. Works for me. Recursion. Because we're not fighting the Timekeeper, I think an upgraded Recursion is fine. Recycle could also be good, by the way. Oh, dude. I will, yeah. Full service, please. Please remove a basic strike from the deck. We still, and it upgraded to defend. I thought about removing a defend. I'm still thinking about it. You know what? Nah. You're good. This is a very important Electrodynamics fight. I personally would rather not use an energy relic or an energy potion or a dual cast until we get an Electrodynamics out there. That's my 2 cents. Larry King. Very tough call. Defrag gives us draw. So, I mean, there's something to defrag, recursion, consume. But are we really... We're just going to get hit like crazy. So I guess we're hoping it's Buffer. Spoilers. It wasn't. There it is. I don't want to say it was the next card, because I think that that's unfair. But it appeared to be the next card. Glacier is going to give us 7 block and 10 frost. That's 17. Do we need to find a way to deal with the other... Well, the other 17 damage coming in? Buffer blocks 23. We need to find a way to deal with the other 11 damage coming in. Let's try the Buffer, and... No, it's 11 damage, technically, because of the way that it processed. But, okay, Electrodynamics, there's no choice. It has to be played. And then 24 damage is being done to each of you. You're going to live, which is the big problem here. Dual cast actually should kill all of you. Combined with this. Yeah, thank God. Oh, play self-repair! Play self-repair! Oh, my God. Hard to argue that one's not my own fault. because it is. Honestly, I think the 2 lightning from electrodynamics is going to be enough to tilt this in our favor. So, I mean, it's a touchy floor. It might as well do anything with 1 energy. It's a touchy floor, but we've been in this position before. You know, we know, I think, roughly what we have to do. What do we have to do? Well, keep your HP high. You have to fight 1 elite. You need your HP to be high against him. We still have 1 buffer, so let's plan for the future. Consume is very nice. There's no way we're doing 70 damage to this guy. Let's get a Frost Orb out there. We're 4 focus up. That's 6. Defrag gives us draw. Let's do it this way. It doesn't because we don't have heat sinks this time. You fool. Okay, so this is going to take our last buffer. We got to find a way to deal with 80 damage this turn. I really think Zap, Glacier, and then probably Defend is the only way you're going to at least have a chance here. There's 1 more turn, that's right. I forgot about this guy's newfound BS. 54 minus 18. We're going to be okay, but it did still suck. I think we don't need Dex. We don't need Vulnerable. We're never attacking. So Dex is definitely better than Vulnerable. We healed enough that I feel compelled to upgrade. And I think you probably go for Buffer. Now you got 4 protection. It's not amazing against the Awakened one, I think, but it's pretty good. Melter. It's tempting. Because my dude does put up block, but the idea is we're gonna have enough focus that shouldn't matter. I actually think we're probably better off with like removing a basic defend and just trying to cut it down a little bit here. It's a tough call, like Madness hitting a Glacier. Without defrag, Madness is so tempting, but it also gives us 2 cards that we want to upgrade. Don't at me, please. That's a heal for 12. We'll Smith first. Definitely hit this Madness. Even if it hits a 1-time played power, that's fine. Sure. Dude, we're gonna heal for 12? I don't think we rest before this elite fight. Alright, this should be interesting. So we're trying to make the most of not having much energy. This guy's a pain in the butt. Well, if we play a defend, we know we're going to get a free ball lightning forever. This is a terrible first turn, though. I didn't want to. We got so lucky. We take 4 damage. Dude, give me that Electro, please. Here's how we're gonna do it. Obviously. You're not gonna die. Even if I hit you for 6, and then you get hit by both of these consumes, it's not enough. And you're don't you blow up after this? I can't remember. Anyway, we're gonna hit you regardless. Then we're gonna leap. We're gonna Madness consume. It's very important. We need an electrodynamics. Toot sweet. Hey, they've done it. I don't know. Do we live on this turn? It would be very helpful to get a buffer out there in addition to this electrodynamics. Electrodynamics will kill, but can we put up enough block on top of that? Yes, but it's gonna suck a little. Honestly, you're doing 32. Give me this all-important Glacier. 1423. I stand by my decision-making process. By the way, you gotta go. Okay, so we still have 2 buffers up, which is huge. Ah! This is also bad. Do we need the dual cast? We probably would not dislike it, but let's see. I mean, it depends on the order that damage is done. Nah, I think you just do it. It's 26 on top of 36 blocks, so we're actually fine. We don't even use our buffer. Buffer is so much more important than, like, anything else. Keeping those up is peace of mind. Unless it harms you in the future, but let's just try not to think about that. This might be one of those boss fights when we get there where basically, like, you know the methodology where, like, hey, if you win on 1 HP, it's still a win. That's us. Thank you. I don't know how many more skills we have, but you made good choices there. I think we will take a cool-headed, even unupgraded. Yes, absolutely. Is it the exact same thing we took last time? Did it work for us? I think so. Okay. So, we made it! Ascension 17. Here we are on the Awakened one with our preferred build. Static Discharge will be played. Even though it makes him stronger, with focus it seems like a no-brainer. As always, we're going to go for the Ball Lightning. I would prefer to take 1 damage instead of 13 early if possible. Definitely want Consumes, Electrodynamicses, and etceteras, etceteras. I think Electro probably has to go first just to get these guys cleared out. And, you know, the buffer is worth a lot later. If we can get these guys killed early, I think we're happy. But we are going to take, like, 30 damage here. This is where things are going to get very interesting. We basically need to consume. That's fine. We need to move our orbs around. I know you're like defrag first or consume first. We need to move our orbs around before we can even do that. If we consume, we're at 26, and then Cool-Headed will take us to survivability. So basically, we can't get hit for the rest of the fight. I know it's going to seem... This seems horrible. But I actually think there's a chance we're going to be fine. But it's going to require us to get this focus whipping around. .24. So the first step is just getting to enough block. And obviously we're not there yet. Defrag gives him 1 strength. It gives us 4 more block. 22. He's doing 25. We're not taking damage. Okay. Now, admittedly, if he does 6 attacks in 1 turn, or 4 attacks in 1 turn even, it gets harder because, you know, we've given him more than we got out of it, but we needed to do it on that turn, I think. Again, Consume has to be played. That's our win condition. He's doing 32 damage. We're going to get there. And this is how it has to go. What I'm most worried about is this guy putting voids in our deck. We have to play Consume. Even though it takes a Frost Orb, we get more orbs back from Inserter. 25 damage. If we have to play Buffer, we have to play Buffer. We will not have to play Buffer. Is it worth playing? Yes. Although he's going to get stronger. So if we play Buffer, we have to play Defend. That's okay. Okay, here we go, boys. Hold on. Go for the eyes consistently showing up on the most valuable turn. More Frost. More Frost. Now, we might not play Consume here, but let's see. Here we go. You're doing 30-something. I genuinely think we have to Consume. Because we're about to get another orb anyway, and it'll take us to 32 block. You're doing 36 damage. Bums me out, but there's no better play, I think. You're so lucky. Dual cast. And now I'm like racking my brain. I'm like, oh no, if we dual cast it, could I have flipped him before he took away a buffer? But it is what it is. There goes one buffer. We have enough block, so I think you buffer. Even though it wouldn't give him strength after he goes around. I'm a, strike while the iron's hot sort of guy, I think, right here. So we got 3 buffer protection. That's a lot of potential support. So we want frost orbs. Get a frost orb out there. Everything else is fine. We'll stay cool right here. We do need to hit him, but our frost orbs are probably a little bit more critical. 47 damage, it's the perfect thing for us to just completely negate thanks to buffer. So consume takes us up to nearly 60 block. Honestly, nah, let's let it ride. It's the void that scares me. 51. Doesn't matter. 17 times 3 meet 19 times 3. I'm not willing to lightning a frost orb here. I think we win. I know it sounds bonkers given how badly it started. Y intercept was like -1,000,000. But then the slope of the line was just out of control. This is exactly what we want, is consume. I don't even need to think about it, to be honest. We're actually like, we're 30 block ahead of him on the average turn with 3 buffers. Now, I would like our lightning to do a little bit more damage. To be honest, we might be able to get away not playing consume on this one and just waiting it out. The void is dangerous still. That's why the passive frost is just that much more valuable. But it's almost impossible to fathom a loss now. Even if we draw all of our voids on the same turn. 36 damage? Come on, bro. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? You gotta do more than that if you're gonna try to get me. It's dawning on me now. We're surprisingly close to having an Ascension double-digit streak. That's not common. He's dead. Wow. Gone and done it again, y'all. That's 2 in a row. 1,302 damage. And we're whipping around. If I could only figure out how to do anything as the Ironclad, we'd be happy. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!